Hello, my name is Thomas Hager, and I'm doing a presentation on environmental conservation and kind of just getting to know both sides a little bit better. So first step to understanding conservation and getting to understand both sides is just to know what it is. And so, Allison Denny, an article in 2024, wrote that conservation is efforts from individuals, groups, organizations, governments to preserve the natural wildlife. And I think that's just a really short way to kind of introduce people to the idea of conservation. So with all things, there are two sides of it. There is people that are for conservation and against. Um, the first side I want to talk about is people that are for conservation. These people argue that there's a lot of scientific research that backs the necessary need for conservation and show that there is rising concern from like climate change, animal extinction, and habitat loss. This is backed up from an article that the Smithsonian wrote that reads that the scientists agree that today's extinction rate is hundreds or even thousands of times higher than the natural baseline. And these people are really concerned by these facts that are being shown and think that conservation is something that is necessary and really that is necessary not only for the animals and nature and wildlife, but to protect our future and provide clean air and water and resources. Um, there are people that are against environmental conservation or anti-environmentalists, or a group that the ECPS wrote about, and they said that these are groups of people that believe that population growth and species extinction are not real issues, and that natural resources are plentiful and not really a threat to us, and that a lot of the scientists are ignoring the good things that are shown in the environment and really only presenting the problems. And so these people believe that conservation is not necessary, and the resources being put towards conservation could be better used towards things like humanitarian aid and just other. They think the resources are being wasted on conservation itself. So there are drawbacks of both sides. Both sides have things that are not necessarily great. So we're going to start with conservation. Um, the drawbacks of conservation. Um, Katie Tubb and from the Heritage Foundation in 2017 wrote that the Treaty or the Paris Energy Agreement could cost hundreds of thousands of jobs, harm American manufacturing, and destroy $2.5 trillion in gross domestic product by the year 2035. And so basically, the cons of conservation are that it is an economic burden and that it can be is a lot of people say it's wasteful spending, and the money that is being put towards that could be put towards better uses and help preserve jobs and create a better economy. And then anti-environmentalists, the cons of that being an anti-environmentalist are that a lot of the people believe that um, the environment is uh, there to protect our environment. The environment is there to provide clean air and water for us. World Packers wrote that the environmental conservation plays a huge role in keeping clean air and water for us. They wrote this in 2024, and so it's pretty recent information that clean air and water are important, and that environmental conservation is there in helping protect and preserve clean air and water. Um, Another thing we did for this presentation was we had to interview people from both sides, and so I think that really helped me have an understanding of both sides and really get to know each side in their own way on a more personal level. So I when asking both of them why they feel like whether they feel like it is important, why they don't feel like it's important. The conservationists wrote that it talked about how it was important for natural protection of natural resources, protection of loss of habitat and and protection of biodiversity. And the anti-environmentalists wrote that they believe that the resources that are being put there are going to protect, not going to help them in any way because protecting the environment doesn't really affect them for where they live. And so they believe that the resources and money and time being spent towards environmental conservation could be better spent on uh, other uh, other problems such as humanitarian aid. But both sides had very valid arguments of whether it believes they affect them. Anti-environmentalists believe that since where they live, it's never going to affect them. It's not something that's going to be. It's not something that happens in their day-to-day life, and so it doesn't really affect them. And the environmentalist believes that no matter where you live, conservation is going to be necessary because it protects everything that happens in your daily life. It has so many implications. No matter where you are, you're going to be affected by the environment, and so they believe that it should be protected in that way. Thank you.